Li Shimin learned of the loss of Crown Prince Zai. He ordered a search of Chang'an city, and must retrieve the long song. Chang Ji took Prince Zai to escape from Hongyi Palace. Seeing her almost exposed her identity, the little beggar Adu who had followed her saved Chang Ji's life. He wanted to worship Chang Ji as his teacher and work with Chang Ji. Seeing Adu's resolute attitude in Chang, he also promised to stay with Adu. The story of Chang's escape from Hongyi Palace was heard by Ashina Falcon. Ashina Falcon had only seen a long song of a woman disguised as a man. He was puzzled by the identity of the long song, and his interest in the long song became more and more intense. The next day, Du Rui was discussing matters with Feng Xuanling and Li Shimin. Li Shimin ordered a team of elite soldiers to change into civilian clothes to make a secret visit to find out the long song. As for Li Yan, he ostensibly punished Li Yan for thinking behind closed doors. Now the officials in the capital are watching Li Shimin's words and deeds, fearing that Li Shimin's amnesty for the second Wang Party is just a lie. Feng Xuanling knows Li Shimin's worries well, so when he mentions Wei Xing can help Li Shimin solve these worries. After the discussion, Du Rui summoned his son Jiao Du. Li Qing was raised up as a prince, and he believed that military rumors were passed on by Li Qing. If Li Qing is not removed today, it will be a major disaster in the future. Du Rui handed over the removal of Li Qing to Jiao Du. Jiao Du investigated the spreader of the rumor in the army. He followed the fishy clues on the note and found the fishmonger related to the matter. After seeing the fishmonger, Ashina Falcon's entourage hurried to report to Ashina Falcon. Ashina Falcon carefully noticed something was wrong. He concluded that they had revealed their identities, so he planned to leave Chang'an. Before the group of people left, Shangxing led people to chase him. Ashina Falcon had to ride a horse to escape. He met Chang Ji on the way. There was a prince behind Chang Ji who was chasing after him. She had to rob Ash in desperation. That Falcon's horse fled, but Chang accidentally dropped the fish charm while fleeing, and the fish charm repeatedly fell into Jiao Du's hands. Jiao used the fish charm to threaten Shu, so that Shu had to follow. Help him catch the long song. Jiao Du investigated the spreader of the rumor in the army. He followed the fishy clues on the note and found the fishmonger related to the matter. After seeing the fishmonger, Ashina Falcon's entourage hurried to report to Ashina Falcon. Ashina Falcon carefully noticed something was wrong. He concluded that they had revealed their identities, so he planned to leave Chang'an. Before the group of people left, Jiao Du led the chase. Ashina Falcon had to ride a horse to escape. He met Chang Ji on the way. Long Ji was being chased by the princess mansion. She robbed Ashina Falcon. The horse fled, and Ashina Falcon had to pretend to be a passerby and hide on the side of the road. Chang accidentally dropped the fish charm while escaping. The fish charm was a property of the Wei family. It was picked up by Jiao Du. Jiao Du used the fish charm to threaten Shu and asked Shu to help him catch Chang. Chang escaped safely. She and the two met together, and the two were looking for a way to get out of the city, but it was Ashina Falcon's men who dressed as the last caravan to get out of the city. Chang Ji and Ashina Falcon met again. Chang hopes that Ashina Falcon can help her out of the city, and the two reached an agreement. After Chang leaves the city safely, she is willing to give Ashina Falcon the treasure in her body. Adu is not a wanted person. Chang hid in Ashina Falcon's caravan and went out of the city. She asked Adu to wait for her at a tin lighting outside the city. If she did not arrive in 3 days, Adu did not have to wait any longer. Jiao Du ordered people to stop at the gate of the city. He stopped Ashina Falcon's caravan and wanted to search for Chang Ji's figure, but Chang Ji hid extremely tightly, and she managed to get out of the city with Ashina Falcon's help. Outside the city, Ashina Falcon accepted Chang's treasured sword, and he gave Chang a horse, thinking that the two would never see each other again. Chang and Ashina Falcon separated. She rode her horse to Shiliting, where Jiao Du and Shui were waiting for the long song. Shui was forced by Jiao Du, but Jiao Du spoke to provoke the relationship between the two. It was said that this was the long song that Shui brought him to arrest. They chased the Long Song all the way and pushed the Long Song to a dead end. Ching would rather die than surrender. She drove the horse across the cliff and the bridge, and the horse fell down the cliff. A trace of strength grasped the rope of the broken bridge. Jiao drew his arrow at the Long Song. Seeing that Jiao always wanted to kill the Long Song, Shuo had to shoot a cold arrow at the Long Song first. Although Shuo's arrow would not hit the key of the Long Song, it also led the Long Song. Song fell off the cliff. Li Shimin came to the Wei mansion. He wanted to ask Wei Xing to come out for help. Wei Xing was arrogant. He refused to succumb to Li Shimin. Not only did he throw the stinky shoes on Li Shimin, he also uttered angrily and said nothing to Li Shimin. Feng Zuanling listened to this movement outside the door, and he hurried out to stop the two of them. Although Li Shimin was angry at Wei Xing for not knowing what is good or bad, he also obeyed Feng Zuanling's words and left first.